Movie Geek, and today I'm going to be talking Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. Pirates of the Caribbean was the first big budget pirate themed movie since Cutthroat Island around 1995. There were the odd pirate themed movies such as Peter Pan and say Treasure Island, but I think that had Muppets in. But nothing that was a big swashbuckling action adventure film based solely around pirates. They were always either based on a book or something like that. Some clever sod at Disney had the idea. Well, personally, I feel that it was down to Jeff Goldblum's line in Jurassic Park.
Just a delay. That's all it is. All major theme parks had delays. When they opened Disneyland in 1956, nothing worked.
Yeah, but John, if the Pirates of the Caribbean breaks down, the pirates don't eat the tourists.
And thus someone at the movie department at Disney had the seed that grew into a major franchise. In 2003, after a hectic pre-production and opposition from Michael Eisner, who was in charge of Disney at the time, the film was released. To everyone's surprise, it was an extremely well-made and entertaining film. The film follows the daughter of a Port Royal governor as she travels from England to Port Royal in Jamaica, under the command of Lieutenant Norrington. The boy, who is later discovered to be Will Turner, has a gold medallion around his neck. Elizabeth takes it and hides it because she thinks that he's a pirate. She then sees a lot of wreckage in the sea, and in the fog, a ghost ship disappearing. After 8 years, we find Elizabeth Swann getting ready for Norrington's promotion. He's going to be Commodore. She places a medallion round her neck and attends the ceremony. Due to a tight corset, Elizabeth faints and falls in the sea, and the medallion sends out a signal into the sea. She's saved by Johnny Depp, who's playing Jack.
Captain.
Captain Jack Sparrow. Norrington discovers Jack is a pirate and attempts to arrest him. I say attempt because Jack is able to pull off these feats where he is able to escape by swinging strangely and getting out of there. He goes to the blacksmith and is found by Will Turner, who is now a blacksmith and skilled swordsman, and he attempts to capture Jack. In the first half hour of the film, we get a couple of well choreographed set pieces. Jack arrives by boat, which is taking on water. You see him getting rid of the water, but he reaches the port as the ship sinks to the bottom. It's funny, it's slick and it oozes style. Everything about the opener adds to the mystery and builds to the mystery of the characters that we're going to spend the next 2 hours with. There are hints of a love story between Elizabeth and Will. Jack seems to be on his own mission to find a boat that doesn't have a hole in it. The stories are separate, but they conveniently intertwine, which is very nice. The night of Norrington's promotion, fog starts to come into the bay, and with it, a ghost ship, the same ghost ship that Elizabeth saw on the way to Port Royal at the beginning of the film. Jack is in jail, he hears the cannons and he recognises them. It is the Black Pearl, which he used to be captain of. The pirates start attacking and looking for something. They steal gold and rampage through the port. Two comic relief characters appear and go to the governor's house where Elizabeth is, and they're looking for the medallion. Elizabeth, who takes on the name Turner because she doesn't want to be known to be the governor's daughter, is captured by the pirates and taken to the Black Pearl to see the captain, Barbossa, played by the brilliant Geoffrey Rush, for negotiation. Now, there is a lot to be said about Johnny Depp's portrayal of Jack.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Sorry, Captain Jack. And he was nominated for an Oscar for the role, and you know, it shows. It is good. I know we've seen like 4 films, or almost 5, but in the beginning it was new, it was fresh, and he did it perfectly. However, Geoffrey Rush as Captain Barbossa is so over the top. It's a treat. It's brilliant. He is the main antagonist of this story. Well, it appears that he is the main, like the full antagonist, but it's not as straightforward as it appears. All he wants to do is become human again. Will, knowing that Elizabeth has been taken by the pirates, releases Jack from jail, and in a clever bit of misdirection, they steal the ship from under the Royal Navy's nose. They travel to Tortuga and hire a crew from the ship, and then onto the Isle de Muerta. I think that's how you pronounce it. Or Isla de Muerta? Isle de Muerta? I don't know. Where the cursed treasure of the Cortez is situated. Jack reveals to his friend Gibbs that he has Will, who is the son of an old shipmate called Bootstrap Bill Turner. We find out that he was thrown overboard because he disagreed with how Barbossa treated Jack. Will overhears this, and they reach the Isle to find Barbossa cutting a small tiny drop from Elizabeth's hand into the cursed treasure, believing that she is Bootstrap Bill's daughter. Will hits Jack over the head because he doesn't trust him and rescues Elizabeth, leaving Jack to get captured by Barbossa. The pirates capture the ship and the last piece of gold, and they capture Will and realise that he is the one that they need. Jack and Elizabeth are marooned on the same desert island that Barbossa left Jack on years previous. British fleet find Jack and Elizabeth after a funny drinking scene and go to the cave to save Will. Jack tries to trick Barbossa into sending the pirates to kill the British, and he steals a piece of gold. Gold? He steals a piece of gold, which then curses him and makes him undead. I don't understand why he's a skeleton though, because he's only just had it, hasn't he? He's not been shot or anything. He hasn't rotted. But I suppose it just happens automatically. After the fight on the ships and the fight in the cave, Captain Jack kills Barbossa just as the curse is lifted. Pirates have shed the curse and they can feel again. They are human, which is good. Final scene is Jack's hanging, where Will saves him and tells Elizabeth that he loves her. Jack is saved by his crew and the Black Pearl, and the film closes. A nice end credit scene that shows a monkey that is part of the Black Pearl crew, also undead, stealing another bit of the gold, which then effectively makes him immortal. And that was the end credit scene. So it was a lot of fun. It was different and new. It had a state-of-the-art special effects, coming off the back of the effects that we used in, like, say, Lord of the Rings. It seemed to push the boundaries of what can be done with CGI. Showing in the moonlight, showing the rotted remains of the pirates. It was good. It looked good. It still does look good. There are real sets used in the film. They even built 2 ship sets on barges, which makes it tangible and it looks like you can touch it. It just makes it feel real. I actually thought that they built a full ship for it, but I was wrong when I was looking into this. I feel the effects are brilliant and they still stand up today. I watched it the other day and I watched it the other night and I remained swept up in the spectacle. The cinematography was spot on, showing everything and making the world feel real. It felt lived in, especially the scene in Tortuga where you've got drunks, you've got fights, you've got women slapping Jack because he's been there before. I do like that. Port Royal seems and feels like a real place. It feels like it is an actual place that you could visit. And the Ile de Muerta, I don't know how to say it. Massive piles of gold. It just looked brilliant. It just looked out of like a pirate book or, anything like that. It makes you want to visit and experience it, and I suppose you can, but I don't have enough money to go to Disney. I've got to talk about the music. Hans Zimmer is amazing. I know that the music has been used before. I'm not too sure what it was used in, but I will find out and I will put it here. But it becomes quintessentially a pirate theme for this film and runs throughout the series. This for me is where I took note of Hans Zimmer. It's the first score that I own, and it's not the last because he just seemed to get better and better. My favourite being Interstellar. Disney took a massive chance, a massive risk making this film. As mentioned, like, Eisner didn't want it to be done. They didn't want to spend so much money. He was told that the competitors, Lord of the Rings, things like that, were spending lots of money on these films to sort out the special effects. So he did the same. They did the same. It goes to show that with a little trust, you can make a massive franchise and make your money back. I'm sure the films have passed $1 billion each. I wouldn't be surprised. But it also shows that you can bring back a genre of film that seemed to be dead in the water. Pun intended. As of this week, there'll be a 5th film. And I bet they'll be wanting to do another. It will make its money, but we'll just have to see. Johnny Depp's portrayal was brilliant. And in the first film, it works and fits. It doesn't seem to outstay its welcome. We'll get on to when it does outstay its welcome. All the elements that make up the film work well together and create a clever and complete story. I remember leaving the cinema thinking, what a great film. I even think that I went for a second time, possibly taking my little sister, which, to be honest, is fairly rare. Unless I absolutely love the film, I only go to the cinema once because it's very expensive. Well, not at the moment, it's $4.99, but it was fresh, it was different, and with the writing and cinematography, it looked and flowed beautifully. And with Hans Zimmer's score, it was a treat for the senses. It was brilliant, it was new, it was fresh. I can't say anything else about that. With the success of Curse of the Black Pearl came the inevitable sequel. But it's a shame because success isn't always a good thing. But we'll get into that tomorrow with Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. I've been a Movie Geek. Make sure you like, share and subscribe, if you want to. You can follow me on Facebook or WordPress where I blog daily, where I try to. Thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.